Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're diving into the incredible history of George Washington, America's first president and a true founding father. Make sure to watch till the end to discover some amazing facts about his life, leadership, and legacy. Let's get started.
George Washington was born on February 22, 1732, in Westmoreland County, Virginia. His early life was shaped by the rugged simplicity of colonial America and the values of hard work, integrity, and discipline. Washington's father, Augustine Washington, was a respected planter who owned land, farms, and slaves. His mother, Mary Ball Washington, was known for her strict upbringing and strong moral guidance. When George was just 11, his father passed away, marking the first major challenge of his life. This loss cut short his formal education, but young Washington quickly grew independent and self-reliant. As a teenager, George developed a passion for mathematics and geography, skills that later shaped his early career as a land surveyor. Being a surveyor gave him not only technical knowledge, but also an understanding of Virginia's geography, its people, and the challenges of frontier life. His exposure to the wilderness forged in him a resilient character that later became essential in his military career. Washington was admired for his height, physical strength, and leadership qualities even in his youth. His half-brother, Lawrence Washington, played a crucial role in shaping his ambitions. Lawrence served in the British military and introduced young George to military etiquette, leadership structures, and the prestige associated with serving the British crown. After Lawrence's death, George inherited Mount Vernon, the family estate that would later become his lifelong home and the center of his identity. Washington's early experiences, from family loss to frontier discipline, laid the foundation for his strong work ethic and unwavering sense of duty. These qualities would guide him through the turbulent years of war and the formation of a new nation. Military beginnings and the French and Indian War. Washington's military journey began when he was appointed major in the Virginia militia at just 20 years old. His early assignments included delivering messages to French forces in the Ohio Valley, a region both France and Britain sought to control. In 1753, Washington undertook a dangerous winter mission across icy rivers and hostile territory to warn the French to leave British-claimed land. His bravery on this mission earned him admiration across the colonies. In 1754, Washington led troops to the Ohio Valley, where a skirmish with French forces ignited the French and Indian War. During this conflict, he built Fort Necessity, which was soon overwhelmed by French forces. Though Washington was forced to surrender, the experience taught him valuable lessons about leadership, strategy, and the realities of war. Washington continued to serve bravely. At the Battle of the Monongahela, he rode fearlessly across the battlefield, carrying orders despite having 2 horses shot beneath him and bullet holes in his coat. His courage made him a colonial hero. After the war, Washington resigned from military service, gaining both experience and reputation that later positioned him as a leading figure in colonial America. A try hard, the road to revolution. Following the French and Indian War, Britain imposed heavy taxes on the colonies to recover war costs. Laws such as the Stamp Act and the Townshend Acts angered colonists who had no representation in the British Parliament. Washington initially hoped for peaceful negotiation, but he increasingly believed that the British Crown ignored colonial rights. Washington became a vocal supporter of colonial resistance and joined the movement calling for liberty and self-governance. He attended the First and Second Continental Congress, where representatives from the colonies debated how to respond to British rule. Washington's calm authority, military background, and dedication to unity made him a respected figure among his peers. As tensions rose and armed conflict broke out in 1775, the Congress recognized the need for a strong leader to unite colonial forces. Washington, though modest about his abilities, was chosen unanimously as Commander-in-Chief of the Continental Army. His loyalty, discipline, and reputation for fairness made him the ideal choice to lead the colonies into the uncertain future of war. Commander-in-Chief of the Continental Army, Washington assumed command of the poorly trained, poorly supplied Continental Army in June 1775. His task was monumental: transform a group of inexperienced soldiers into a disciplined fighting force capable of resisting the world's strongest military, Great Britain. Washington's leadership style combined strict discipline with deep concern for his soldiers' welfare. He insisted on proper training, improved living conditions, and fair treatment. The early years of the Revolutionary War were marked by hardship. Supplies were scarce, the army faced harsh winters, and desertion was common. Yet Washington's perseverance never wavered. He traveled constantly, inspecting camps, encouraging troops, and setting an example of endurance. Despite many challenges, Washington managed early victories, such as forcing the British to leave Boston in 1776. However, the war remained unpredictable, and Washington's strategic patience became one of his greatest weapons. War for independence. The turning point of the war came in 1776 with the daring Christmas night crossing of the Delaware River. Washington led his men through icy waters to launch a surprise attack on Hessian forces in Trenton. This bold move revived American morale and proved Washington's brilliance as a commander. Over the next years, Washington fought numerous battles, some victories, some losses, but always with unwavering commitment to American independence. At Valley Forge in the winter of 1777-78, his army endured freezing temperatures, hunger, and disease. But Washington's leadership held them together, and with new training from Baron von Steuben, the army emerged stronger. With French support joining the American cause, momentum shifted. In 1781, Washington led a decisive campaign ending in the Siege of Yorktown, where British General Cornwallis surrendered. This victory effectively ended the Revolutionary War and secured America's independence, victory, challenges, and the new nation's birth. After the war, Washington resigned his military commission, wanting to return to private life, a rare act of humility that earned him global admiration. But the new nation soon faced economic struggles, weak government structures, and political divisions under the Articles of Confederation. Recognizing Washington's unifying influence, leaders called on him to guide the Constitutional Convention in 1787. Washington presided over debates that led to the creation of the U.S. Constitution, establishing a stronger federal government. His integrity, patience, and balanced judgment helped shape the foundation of American democracy. Although Washington wished to retire, the nation turned to him once again. In 1789, he was unanimously elected the first president of the United States, becoming the living symbol of national unity. The first president of the United States, Washington's presidency set the standards for all who would follow. He approached the office with seriousness and dignity, believing the president must represent the values of the new nation. Washington formed the first presidential cabinet, choosing talented leaders such as Alexander Hamilton and Thomas Jefferson. During his presidency, Washington strengthened the economy, established the National Bank, promoted infrastructure, and worked to maintain peace during European conflicts. He also signed the Bill of Rights, ensuring freedoms that remain essential to Americans today. Washington deliberately avoided becoming a king-like figure. By choosing to serve only 2 terms, he established the tradition of peaceful transfer of power, one of the greatest pillars of American democracy. Key policies, leadership style, and achievements. Washington's leadership style emphasized integrity, neutrality, and unity. Some of his major achievements include establishing the first federal government structure, strengthening the U.S. economy, supporting the Bill of Rights, maintaining neutrality during the French Revolutionary Wars, promoting national unity over political parties. He believed strongly that America should avoid unnecessary foreign alliances and political divisions. His farewell address warned against political parties and foreign entanglements, warnings still studied today. Final years, legacy, and impact on the world. Washington retired to Mount Vernon in 1797, where he managed his farms and continued contributing to public service. He passed away on December 14, 1799, leaving the young nation in mourning. His legacy is unmatched. Washington is remembered as the father of his country for leading America through war, peace, and the birth of democracy. His courage, humility, discipline, and dedication continue to inspire leaders around the world. From a humble Virginia farm boy to the commander who defeated an empire and became the first president of the United States, George Washington's story remains one of the greatest leadership journeys in history. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this deep dive into George Washington's life, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more amazing history videos. Also, comment below and let me know which historical figure you want me to cover next. See you in the next video.